Everybody, this is Jimmy, and you guys already listened to a lot of great speakers today and yesterday. And right now I'm gonna speak to you guys more about multifamily and my journey. So my background is actually I was born and raised in Vietnam, and my parents came here for us to have American dreams. And when I come here, very quickly I found out that the American dream people are talking about is to have a house, to have a wife, 2 kids, and a dog. And very quickly I thought that this is not the dreams that I'm always looking for. This is not why my parents leave everything behind in Vietnam and throw everything that they have, they got the connections or the business that they have, and come over here where they have a minimum wage job, and also they don't know anything, no networks here in America. So if that was the American dream, I could have done that in Vietnam. Why would I come to America? So for me, American dream is a land of opportunity where I can have my own business, I can have the financial freedom, and I can travel anywhere I want, do whatever I want, and whenever I want to do it. And I need passive income. And that's my journey. So I started my first business when I was 19, and I worked really hard. I completely have monthly, daily, yearly, every single day. I want to make sure that I'm on the right path to achieve the American dreams, to support my parents, to give back to the society. And so I started, along the way, I started to investing in real estate, just like most people. They learn about from their friends, their family, and to learn about buying a single family home and rent it out. And I did that. I started buying 1 unit a year. Very quickly, I figured out this is not something for me. Somebody called me, I need to fix a toilet, I need to fix a pipeline, and this is not something I want to looking for in real estate, and it never get into financial freedom using that way for myself. So I started looking for more opportunity. So from a connection of mine, and I threw some network online, I found out there's a multifamily commercial real estate that I can start learning. So I start traveling to a conference, I start networking, I start educating myself about multifamily. So through some network that I have done, and I connected to a team, and from that team alone that I can learn so much about what multifamily can do to me. 3 things. One is, if you have one deal done in multifamily or commercial real estate, it basically can make a difference. Very simple. If you have $100, if you have 100 units, and every unit give you $200 cash flow per month, right there you have $20,000 per month. And that is exactly what a lot of people can be financially free, getting $20,000 per month. Second thing is systemizable. Third thing is scalable. If you have 1,000 units and you can increase the rent for $50 per unit, that alone can increase $10 million in your portfolio. And for me, very quickly, it makes sense in the numbers wise, and also the work is the same versus single family. So very quickly, I jump into multifamily. I start networking, and I started in April of last year, in 2023. So right now is actually my first year anniversary. So with doing, I start educating myself. I start reading books, I start listening to podcasts, I start hosting podcasts, I start listening to and interview successful people so I can learn from them. And more importantly, I start associating with the right people. So if you hang around with 5 fat guys, you become the 6th one. If you hang around with 5 broke guys, you'll be the 6th one. If you hang around with people that closing deal in 90 days, you'll be the 6th one. And I want to hang around with people like that, start learning from them. What mindset do they, what do they have to do in order to achieve that? So very quickly, I have to learn how to play this game in a professional way. Meaning that if you're in sports, if you're playing basketball, there's a difference between a guy that playing a basketball court versus a guy that is playing NBA. You can go to any professional court and people making millions of dollars because their performance is consistent, because they have a schedule of things they need to practice. There's certain things they have to learn every single day versus the amateur. They can just play whenever and whatever they want. So how do you want to treat this business? Do you want to treat it as a hobby, or do you want to treat it as a professional player? So for me, I want to treat this as a professional player. So I start writing down all the people that I know, all the connections. I start writing down 100 names on a spreadsheet. I track it out, right? And I call every single one of them. I make 50 phone calls a week. Why? Because I have an opportunity to share with people. People can learn about passive income, how they can generate multi-generational wealth through real estate, specifically multifamily. And through all of these deals, this is what I learned, is I have to be confident when I deliver the message to people. How do I gain that confidence? By knowledge. So all of this education I get for myself, I have to learn the underwriting. I know exactly what numbers come in and out. Second thing is I have to go visit the property that I'm going to purchase. So the first property that I bought was in Dallas. I live in Seattle. So what do? I fly there. I took 2 flights a month to Dallas to really visit my property and make sure things are working great. Third thing is I make sure that I invest my own money into the deal before I ask anybody to invest in my deal. If you don't even have the belief in the deal enough for you to put in the money, how are you expecting other people to believe in you and believe in your deal? And that's my philosophy. All the deals that I'm dealing with, unless I'm so confident that I'm willing to invest my money, I would not ask somebody else to do it. And a lot of other things that you have to be able to do when you're delivering the message for people is very soon also I have to learn, why am I pitching these deals to others? There are 2 reasons. One is you need to raise capital. The second one is you find the right partners. So in 90 days after I closed that, I start traveling more. For the last year, the last 12 months, I have been on the flight over 60,000 miles, just domestically. Touring property, networking, conference, different things. But I have to be out there, right? I know success will not come to my door. I have to be out there and to earn that. And through all of this, I learned 2 things. You can find good deals or bad deals, or you can find good partners or bad partners. Which one is more important? Both are important, but for me, the right partners is more important. Because I have seen some good deals, bad deals. I have seen some good people and bad people at the same time in the industry. Yeah, so you really want to focus on the personal connections with others, right? So I remember I went to one of the events and somebody was just talking, we're just saying, hi, my name is Jimmy. And she said, hi, I'm so-and-so. The next question she asked me, hey, Jimmy, I have 3 deals right now. Which one do you want to raise? In my mind, I'm like, excuse me, I don't even know who you are, and I don't even have any connections to you. And you're already asking me to raise capital for you? For me, that's a red flag. And for me, I don't deal with people like that. So right away, of course, you know what happened, right? So another thing is when you are sharing your excitement, sharing your opportunity with people, make sure you're excited. If you're not even excited about your deal, nobody excited for you. Because remember, people join you, they don't join your opportunity or your deal. And also make sure that you get to know all the business. You got to know the numbers. You have to be able to possibly, and I think for myself is you must visit the property before you even have the confidence to talk about your deals. And those are very, very key things for me. And when you start networking and you're seeing some good and bad people, and guess what? For me, I really appreciate mentorship and coaching. And for the last 10 years, I've spent many, many thousands of dollars on education. Some works, some doesn't work for me. And what I have realized is those that work is I have connection to somebody I have experience to teach me and coach me. So I started looking into different coaching, mentorship, and different things. And I have interviewed the students that in the mentorship. But what I have found is they all joined different mentorship groups where the group hired the coach who doesn't have experience closing any deals, and they are trained to coach the students. For me, that's a red flag. If you don't even know how to close a deal and you're still figuring it out to learn how to get the first deal, how can you coach me? How can you help me? Second thing, the students doesn't give any feedback from people that have experience. Obviously, they only get the coach that never closed any deals before. And the third thing is they are asking the students, only teaching them how to underwrite and find deals for them. They never teach a student how to become a business owner and close deal. For me, multifamily might be new, but business ownership is not new to me. I started running my first business when I was 19. And very quickly, I figured out there's a bigger problem across the industry where people are only teaching theory, but not really people can apply in the real world, and not many people can close deals from the result of that. So a lot of students have seen, they've been in some programs that for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, and they're still not able to close the deals. And because they're missing other components, just underwriting is not enough, just raising capital is not enough. There are different components you have to understand in order to close the deals. So I was just thinking, okay, this is a problem across the industry. And I seen these students struggling, and there's a gentleman that's starting the same time with me at the same deal analysis workshop. 3 months later, I closed my first deal, and he's still doing underwriting, still doing market analysis, still building his website. 6 months later, I'm on my second deal, and he's doing the same thing. And I pulled him out. I said, hey, dude, do you want to do market and research, or do you want to do business? And from there, he understands that, hey, if you want to do business, you need to understand what it takes to close a deal. And because of closing a deal, that makes you money, not doing market research or do any underwriting alone. Not dismiss that, but that's just one component that's required to do that. So I put, in December of last year, I started putting down every single thing that I've done to close a deal in 90 days and to get another deal. There are certain components that you need in order to close a deal. You need the good deal, so you need the underwriting right, you need to raise the capital, you need to have enough investors, you need to have the KP to sign the loan. You need different things, different components in order to close the deal. So I'm just putting everything that I need right now to close a deal, and I put it together in a company. It's called Deal Tank. And Deal Tank is basically a pitching platform for all the commercial real estates. If you find a very good multifamily deal, literally you can stand in front of all the people inside Deal Tank members and you pitch. And all of these members are general partners. And these are the people that have closed deal before. They have raised money before in a deal. They're KP in a deal, or key principal, somebody signed a loan. Or if they never close any deals, but they have the mentality of the urgency to close deal in the next 90 to 120 days. And those are the people that are elite club, and they want to close deals and want to collaborate with each other. Because so far what I have learned is the right people is far more important than a good deal. If you have the right team, right people with you, a normal deal can be turned out to become a great deal. A great deal with a very bad people in your team, it can turn the deal upside down. And that's the last thing you want. So those, who are the people that inside Deal Tank? If you pitch the deal, you have a panelist of people that have experience, many years of experience, then give you feedback. Hey, I like this, I don't like this, this is risky, this is not risky. And also you have the people that are the general partners that are part of the Deal Tank Elite Club. Those are the people that have closed deals like I have told you before, or people that want to close deal in the next 90 days. and then you get the feedback from all of these people. There was a gentleman that I work with, and he's just started 2 weeks ago with Deal Tank. And he told me, Jimmy, I have paid $40,000 in a mentorship program, and I have never received any feedback as real as what I have received in Deal Tank. And that makes me feel very proud of Deal Tank and what we have put together. Because with this group, literally, if you can pitch a deal and the student can learn from other people who have experience, so they can get that experience and continue to grow from there. And that's exactly what I was blessed to be part of a great team that I can learn that. But most other people, even if they pay $1,000, $30,000, $40,000, those are the things they even not able to gain out of this. And that was been missing, and that was been the problem for a lot of this, and it's across the industry. And Deal Tank is basically filling that gap for a lot of students and a lot of people that want to become successful in multifamily and commercial real estate, and they want to close deal in the 90 days. And that's what we're excited about Deal Tank, and I'm so glad that you're here. You take all your time, very valuable time out of your day, instead of spending time with your family, with your kids, with your wife, with your husband on a Sunday. But you take that time to listen to this talk, to listen to what we have going on in this summit, because you're serious about your future and you have a dream. And guess what? If you have that dream, it's a blessing. Because some people don't even have a dream. They don't even take action to be here, but you are here. And that makes a big difference. And guess what? If you have a dream, if you can dream it, you can achieve it. And how do you do that? A dream is basically a seed in your mind. It's a God's planted seed in your mind that you got this. That's amazing. But it would not, a seed in the ground would not become a tree unless you nourish it. You're giving it love. You're giving the attention, the water that it needs for the seed to grow. And this takes some time. And that's why it's called education. You have to listen, you have to read, you have to associate with the right people, and you have to take the right amount of effort in order to make it happen. How much effort does it take to become successful in this industry? For me, as long as it takes for me to get to my dreams, how much effort it is, it doesn't really matter. Because my goal, my dream is to get financial freedom. My goal, my dream is to become successful. Whatever it takes and however long it takes for me to become successful in this industry, I will do it. And that's what it takes to have the mindset of a winner, a mindset of becoming more than what you become. And you already successful. By the way, everybody in here listening to this, you're already successful. You just need to chip it off the parts that it's not belong to success. I listened to a very, very great story, and we're gonna close this out. Is when an artist looking at a piece of stone, a very famous artist, and he create a masterpiece out of the stone, and people were like interviewing him, how do you do that? I mean, how do you see the lion? If the masterpiece is a lion, how do you do that? You know, carve from a piece of stone, become a great masterpiece like a lion there. And he said, very simple. What I see is not a piece of stone. What I see is a lion already in my mind, and I just chip it off the part that does not belong to the lion. It's the same thing for health. Every single one of you guys already have six-pack in your body. You just need to chip it off the fat. Once the fat is off, your six-pack should show up. You're already a millionaire. You're already successful in multifamily. There's a version of you that's already planted. Now you just need to chip it off the parts that does not become a millionaire and does not become successful in multifamily. And I'm so excited for all of you guys to learn about multifamily and learn about what it can do for your future and for your dream. And of course, if you have any questions about Deal Tank, if you have any questions about what I have talked about, feel free to reach out to me, and you can get this QR code, and you can learn about follow us on social media, and you can email us for any questions.